Here's what I recommend for Father's Day. I don't think it is time to make the classic dad at inspection jokes, Dan. I think those are a little bit overblown, right? I mean, you see them every single day on my page. So why don't you do...
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Walkthrough Podcast, presented by BAM, your go-to marketing and branding podcast. My name is Dan Oneil, team leader in New York and Florida, and joining me on today's show is Mr. Eric, the Broke Agent Simon, Miss Amanda Bradford, and the man who is always smiling, Mr. Dan McKinnon in sunny Sarasota. Today, we are talking June content ideas, new broadcast channel features, the best way to post your sales or rankings. Real Trends just came out. Our favorite marketing of the week and what is working for us. Make sure to throw this video a like and let us know in the comments if you are enjoying the show. Haley, get ready to clip this entire episode because I'm going to dunk all over Eric all episode.
Oh.
All episode. I'm sorry.
I'm shaking in my boots. What are you going to do? You going to come out with a better June content idea than me? I'm really scared.
Ooh, mine ain't from ChatGPT, brother, man. And speaking of June content ideas, let's get right into it. Topic number one,
right.
June content ideas for agents. Eric, what do you have here for us, brother?
I got a lot for us, Dan, as I always do. It is not the first of the month, but is the first episode of the month. First, let's start what months it is. It is home ownership month.
Damn.
So here are some ideas for home ownership month. I mean, this is not like something you necessarily should be hammering the entire month because it's kind of a boring subject, but you could do homeowner stories. You could interview clients who recently purchased their homes and share their journeys. You could show the joy of your clients receiving the keys for the first time. Remember that video from Natalie Naples a couple of weeks ago, Dan, where she was doing the paparazzi photos? That was great. Yep. You could talk about the history of home ownership. You could use the timeline of the equity and the worth of homes over the decades. You could do home maintenance tips and checklists for new homeowners. Any house hacking tips. You could share the value of home ownership. Of course, June 1st, Pride Month has also begun. Big month for you, Dan. June 6th, the NBA Finals has started today, which is fantastic. So there's content around that. The Stanley Cup starts in 2 days. You got the U.S. Open June 13th through the 16th. You got Father's Day on June 16th, a.k.a. National Home Inspectors Day. Here's what I recommend for Father's Day. I don't think it is time to make the classic dad at inspection jokes, Dan. I think those are a little bit overblown, right? I mean, you see them every single day on my page. So why don't you do some stuff like this? Top home features every dad will love. How about a little grill? How about a little backyard? How about a little place to spank your child in the by the pool? Something like that. We got home buying tips for fathers in market. Talk about the school district. Actually, don't do that. That was a ChatGPT one. Talk about your dad and the impact he's had on your life. Make it completely unrelated to real estate and heartfelt. Talk about how dads have helped with real estate transactions instead of constantly making fun of dads, right? Talk about how they've helped bridge the gap on some loans, possibly how they helped you with a gift, some down payments. That'd be nice for us. And then some Father's Day gift ideas. Do a little carousel about the best spots in town to get gifts or to take your dad for the weekend. There are some June content ideas. Fellas and lady, what do you guys think of that? Amanda, do you have anything coming up in June? Any content planned for this month?
Yeah, I loved what Brooks did in last week's episode.
What?
I know, stop. I like the competition between houses, like who has the best backyard, who has the best views, who's the closest to the beach. I like those type of homes because you show different homes on the market while also keeping it interesting. But I want to do more of like interacting with people on the streets, like go to the beach, ask some questions, like debunk some real estate myths, figure out the Price is Right video, which we're going to show later, and just more like local videos, best rooftop bars, local carnivals, festivals, show cool stuff that's going on in the summer.
Absolutely. Summer spots, summer cocktails, rooftops, Dan, on Broadway Street. I would like to huck you off a rooftop on Broadway Street. Dan McKinnon, what do you got here for June?
Oh, June is a fun month down here in Florida. It's hot in summer. It's getting blazing hot here, but it's also a big time for us when it comes to families moving here before school starts in August. So I love talking about places to go for families that are coming to visit, places to go when it's hot out, splash pads to bring your kids. And now here's the thing, is if you're in a place where it's not about kids, it's not about families, maybe it's older people, maybe it's younger people, figure out the places to go when it's hot, when it's raining out. If you're visiting the city, we're seeing a lot of great things come out of SEO on social platforms, but also your website. So anything you're planning on social, do as a blog as well on your own website. These are things that people are searching. So my June content is going to be around, hey, what to do when it's hot, when it's raining. All summer long, starting in June for us, is going to be polls. Hey, where's the best place you like to get your hot dog? Where's the best ice cream you like to get? And let my followers get in the conversation, because, hey, I haven't been to all the places. I'll let someone else show me around my own city too. Same thing with like a little bit of Mount Rushmore. Rank your things that you need for all the different holidays. Take from some other pop culture things like that. People always, go for fun on that. And then the last thing is, I don't think we're having enough tactical conversations. I know it's fun to do all this fun jazz, but I'm starting to see around the country, or hearing feedback from other people. Down here in Florida, it's slowed down a good amount. Inventory's packing up, and I think it's happening around the country as well. And for the agents that it's starting to happen, it's starting to slow down, start getting used to talking about 2-1 buy downs, credits at closing, things like that to get the deal done. Whether you be on the list side or the buy side, they're great conversations to have that may not get the clicks and virality, but you're going to start a conversation with one of your future closings.
Dan McKinnon always bringing the heat from Florida. How about that? Danny Deals, the glizzy gobbler himself. We call them glizzies, Dan, not hot dogs. We call them glizzies. Dan, what do you have for June content ideas? What did ChatGPT spit out for you this week?
ChatGPT didn't spit out anything. In fact, I have spent about 15 hours coming up with everything that you have missed. Although I will tell you that what you said was very good. Amanda, great points. Dan, you're on fire. But Eric, some days and holidays that you missed in June. Donut Day, World Environment Day, PTSD Awareness Day, as you mentioned and have highlighted on your calendar. It's Pride Month. Best Friend Day. Eric, you wouldn't know anything about that because you're a horrible friend. Leave the Office Early Day. You also wouldn't know about that because you've never left your Brentwood apartment. World Social Media Day. Global Day of Parents. Forgiveness Day. Dan, Forgiveness Day there. Corn on the Cob Day. Summer Solstice. I will be playing 92 holes of golf because we have more sun than ever, I think is how it works. Flag Day. I'm still going. Take your dog to work day. Iced tea day. Home ownership month, and sunglass day. And hey, here's a tactical example right here, right? It is National Cancer Survivor Month. Survivor's Day, right? Surviving cancer is not the end of a gruesome story. It's the beginning of a beautiful one, right? We can share some insights, right? A little personal side of ourselves. And then National Leave the Office Day Early. I came up with a little slogan here. Be brave to say, see you tomorrow early, because today it's National Leave the Office Day.
Oh God. Yes. Make content around Corn on the Cob Day, everybody. You heard it here first. Mm-hmm. Rank your corns on the cob. I like those. You know what? Those days are fun to do a little content around. Yeah. National Donut Day. Choosing the best donut shops, best place to get an early morning donut.
Wait, and you know what? You just jogged my memory. Actually, there's even more here, and I can actually even share it with you here too. It's actually National Yoda Day, Donut Day. Yeah, ready? Listen to this one.
Yoda.
Hey Dan, do not worry, buddy. Be happy. National Donut Day. Okay.
There you go. Danny Donuts coming in.
There's too many of these holidays. Is tomorrow like Gecko Day and the day after is Ant Day? I told you
tomorrow's Donut Day, dude. Are you not listening to me?
No, I know that because all the donut places send me the coupons I'm always buying. But anyways, what is up with all the days? There's just a lot of days.
It's just a fun. I think they're kind of fun to create.
Oh no, they're fun. I didn't even know that there was that many days.
Well, I mean, no one's actually waking up saying, "Oh my God, it's National Donut Day." Besides Danny Donuts.
Yes. On a serious and tactical level, though, all jokes aside, I think that it is a really good time. We're 6 months into the year. It is June, as we all have mentioned clearly, but we're 6 months through the year. Share what's working, share maybe what's not, some objections, share your local market. Dan, for example, for you versus New York right now, you guys have a lot longer of an average days on market. There's a huge insurance crisis going on. Amanda, I'm not entirely sure about your market, but right, like share more of that. I'm finding that the algorithm is pushing me towards more of like tactical conversion as opposed to like someone stubbing their foot and rolling out of a car. That trend,
Yeah, but I love that trend.
Yeah, that trend is still working.
Now it's gone into the mobile cell phone like salespeople are doing it now. So we're
That's when
I
you know
had
it's dead.
someone.
It's
I
gone
just
to the
saw the
full-
chicken one where the chicken died and it was dead on the plate. It was for a chicken commercial.
Was that a real estate video, Amanda?
Really?
Or it was for
No,
actual
it's
chicken?
just like the whole trend is like now
Right.
going into like restaurants and other
Yeah,
reels. I love it.
it's mainstream now, so
Yeah.
maybe we mark the death of that
Please.
as well as the death of Dan Oneil on this episode, because he said he has something coming for
1-0
me
you.
later on. So
One
make
nothing
sure you
you.
stay tuned, everybody. Make sure you stay tuned.
One-
Throw us a like and subscribe to this channel if you got a lot out of those June content ideas. Let us know what you're working on this June. And I want to get in real quick to broadcast channels, because this just popped up. This is a new breaking news, a Woj bomb. Dan, if I may, I read recently that according to Social Media Today, Instagram has announced some updates for creators in broadcast channels, which provide a private one-way chat stream to keep your audience informed for important updates. Broadcast channels are only available to all creators with over 10,000 followers. Did you guys know this? The broadcast
No.
channels are only for... I'm finding this out right now.
No, it's not
So-
I
anymore.
knew it from the article, but I didn't know that previously. No.
Yeah, so this probably does not apply to the majority of people. So that gives you a goal. It's kind of like, remember the swipe up feature back in the day where you needed 10,000 followers, so everybody would buy followers so that you could get that swipe up. Not everybody, just Dan. But that's what you should achieve for a broadcast channel is 10,000 followers, because it's like having a little group chat. But here are some new features, Dan. You could actually go live within just your broadcast channel now. So it creates a little nice community for yourself. So instead of just sending voice messages and videos and text, you could actually go live, which I'm going to try later on today for our objection handling live stream. You could also create a custom background for your broadcast channel, and then you could also remove certain emojis. So if people are dropping like the eggplant emoji every 5 minutes, I guess, in your broadcast
I
channel,
think that's only yours, brother. It's only
that might just be mine. Then you could get rid of that. So anyway, the point here with all of this is that every social media platform, or not every social media platform, Instagram is really focusing on community, and a broadcast channel is a great place to harness that community where you have kind of more a one-on-one communication level with your followers. So if you are not at 10,000 followers yet, you should strive to get there with all of our ideas on this podcast. And you should also start a broadcast channel if you do have 10,000 followers. So
I think there's a little hack on that. If you have the blue check mark that you pay for, if you're under 10,000, you can have it, because I have a broadcast channel and I only have like 8,500 followers. So, but I think that this is one of the most underused things right now going on in Instagram, or just in Instagram because it's a tool there. But the biggest thing to do is it's really seeing how much you can tap into your community. We always talk about building our followers, building our community, but this is one step closer. It's the step that's like closest to buying a subscription, I feel like, because you're
100%.
almost cool with more notifications from a person you're seeing 2 or 3 times in your feed, and you're almost saying, hey, I want to be in that circle to know more. And there's a couple different ways to use it. I use mine as music and motivation, so it has nothing to do with real estate. It's just like good songs I like and motivation to get through the day, because I'm all about mental health. On the other side, you have people like Katie Day who like deal of the week or deal of the month. Now that's a great one, because here's the thing, between mine and hers is very tactical real estate, and she can see this is going out to the people in my area, and I can know who's looking at it. You can see those analytics by just seeing who the viewers are. And then my side, I can see people that may want to have a conversation about growth in business or whatever it is. But there's a lot of ways to use this tool, not only to build your own personal brand, which we all should be working on, but it's a great way to see how much you're actually relating to your audience.
Broadcast. Yeah. Great point, Stan. Broadcast channels are the best way to tap into your Instagram community and turn those followers into potential clients. Amanda, do you have a broadcast channel, or are you considering starting one?
No.
That face.
No.
Okay.
I'm like,
Got it.
no, not at all. I love yours, like the BAM broadcast. It makes me laugh. I always learn great tidbits, but I don't have the time. I don't want to.
Thank you.
Amanda,
I know it is just another
allow
thing.
me
Go ahead.
allow me to potentially convince you here on why you should start one,
Okay.
if I may.
Yeah, I'm ready.
You may.
First and foremost, I love the fact that you can see how many people are in someone's broadcast channel, because it is a little bit of a slight flex, right? Eric, if you have 325 people in yours, but I have 10,000, something's not adding up here, my friend, right? I'm way cooler than you. But more importantly, everybody should be in them. And Dan, I would like to reiterate what you said. Broadcast channels are really, truly, in my opinion, the most like underused and successful addition for the app, because it provides us another way to lean in to private messaging, which is what or where Instagram wants to push their users now. more users are engaging with the private messaging as opposed to engaging on stories or on your feed. And channels give all of us like another way to stay top of mind and keep all of our audience engaged on the app. So everybody should be in them, including you, Amanda. Should be making them. You can make them client facing. You can make them agent facing. You can make them networking facing. You could show behind the scenes of your personality. You could use it for recruiting, promoting listings, social proof, or being goofy like Eric. Whatever floats your boat. In my opinion, it is the most underused tool and slept on that exists on Instagram.
You could also have multiple broadcast channels with different names. So I have one that's marketing
awesome.
tips and events. You could have one that is, like Dan said, agent to agent, where it's agent tips, or you could have one that is the client facing one that is kind of more data points or inventory levels or new listings, the deal of the week, that sort of thing.
Yep. Amen.
So Amanda,
But if I don't have 10,000 followers or a blue check.
do you have the blue check?
No.
Just
Why
try
am I
it.
paying
Just see
for
what
that?
happens.
Just try it.
I agree. I don't even think it makes sense to. Well, I guess it would for the broadcast channel.
I'll
But
think
let's
about
get
it. You
Amanda.
guys, we'll think about it.
All right, everybody watching this right now, follow Amanda Bradford.
Yes.
Amanda, what's your Instagram handle?
Yeah,
The
let's
Amanda
get it.
Bradford.
The Amanda Bradford. Follow Amanda for great content. Let's get her to 10,000 followers. Let's throw her a like and encourage her in the comments.
Yes.
Say, get a broadcast channel, Amanda. We will all join it.
Amen.
Okay.
Let us know
deal.
in the comments if you have a broadcast channel. And again, make sure you throw this video a like. Dan, let's get this to 85 likes.
Do it.
Okay. We got 50, 60 last episode. Let's get to 85 likes this episode. If we do,
Let's hit 100, guys.
let's hit 100. I will physically fight Dan in an arena.
If this
Well,
gets
Dan,
100
in front
likes,
of an
I
entire-
will go to
Dan,
Vegas.
didn't you say if we hit 100 likes, you're going to give out a BAM t-shirt on next week's episode?
Yes,
no,
exactly.
Eric actually said if we got 100 likes, he was going to give away 95 subscriptions to BAMX for free with a 120% promo code. And he was going to fly
Wow.
out 10 lucky listeners to Vegas for BAM Mania. But I'll let him say that.
Now, speaking of both of those, Dan, thanks for the layup there. If you do want to get in BAMX, which you should, which Amanda's in, which both Dans are in, you should use code WALKTHROUGH, WALKTHRU for 10% off. Get in BAMX right now. You get 3 social media templates, 2 video scripts, 1 blog, 1 email template, plus all of our courses and our live streams and our webinars and our mastermind, all in one. Get into BAMX right now. And by the way, if you're a member of BAMX, you get 25% off BAM Mania, which is our big event, October 18th. That is where I will be punching Dan in the face live on stage for 5 hours straight. He's going to be sitting down in a little chair, tied, crying his little eyes out with a cone on like his dog. I'm just going to be standing there just socking him in the face. So there we go. Come to BAM Mania, everybody. It will be the best conference you've ever been to. All right, let's get into the real trends thing. So I'm seeing this all over social.
Yep.
Agents are posting their rankings. I don't think this is necessarily a bad thing, but I want to get your guys' opinions because you guys are agents who are being ranked. So Dan McKinnon, I'll start with you. What do you think of the real trends content that you're seeing? Should agents be posting their rankings? And if they shouldn't, what should they do instead?
I think that it's a great thing. You have to do it. If you're going to be on the Real Trends list, you have to represent. And it's a really cool thing that you're on it. It's not like one of those, social media BS one where some intern's going through just to write up a blog for them to share it for advertising purposes. This is a pretty cool, award that I think that should be put out there. And if you get it, shine it. If you don't get it and you want to make fun of it, that's what everyone else is doing because there's a bunch of haters. We have an industry that's full of part-time realtors and other people that really don't want to look at the hard work that it takes to get on that list. And so I do get it though, because it sucks because you're going to see someone pushing out there like, how great am I? But at the same time, it's social proof. We have to remember that just because we follow 800 other realtors and we see it 100 times in one day doesn't mean that any of our clients are actually going to see it 800 times. They're going to see it 1 or 2 times and they're going to make a decision off of that. So I don't know. I used to be sick of it, but then I realized now that the harder I work, I'm like, damn, that's a hard thing to get. So I don't know. I got to put a respect on it.
Real Trends, I agree. Like I'm nauseous of all of like the real producers, the Top Agent Magazine, like the paid for awards. Real Trends, you actually have to pay to apply. Like it's not like a pay to win. You have to submit your rankings, and then you have to actually have your broker and like 90 attorneys sign off on every sale that it's legitimate, and then they actually rank you. So there's no politicking. There's no BS behind it. So out of all of the awards, like of course you should be posting awards, and of course you should be highlighting your success. Jimmy Mackin had a really, really incredible post here. Haley, I don't know if we can pull it up or not on Instagram in regards to a better, maybe more efficient way to share these. And I loved the digital advertising that he had. So if you're watching here, Jimmy Mackin says, "My feed is full of real trends posts this week, and I'm all for it. This is a hard business, and we should be celebrating our wins, but there's a bigger opportunity here. If I was your CMO, this is what I would do. Take your sales hat off and put your advisor hat on. Turn this production into an opportunity to establish yourself as the authority in your market by answering this simple question: how does my experience and production help my customer?" So you can see here on the left side here, it says sell versus advise. 11 lessons I learned selling $253 million in real estate last year. That's pretty good. I already said that one, sorry. These top 7 benefits of working with the number 1 agent in Bedford, New Hampshire. The number 1 mistake that agents make that costs their clients money. And I love these too because they're engaging. They're like very, colorful, I guess. And the digital ads are coming back. Why 413 clients, and it's circled, hired us to sell their homes last year with a map and all the locations, and then a year in review. 44,250 showings, 1,400 open houses, 3,000 offers submitted, and 3,000 clients served. Just incredible job by Jimmy Mackin. That is how you take a simple Real Trends award and make it into a lifelong social proof right there.
Yeah, I love the amount of homes you've shown, the amount of clients that you've served, the amount of offers that you've written. I think those are really cool numbers to show people that aren't necessarily resulting in sales, but just show the experience that you have. And that's such a great way.
Yeah. Eric, if you were to do that, it would be 0 homes shown, 0 sales, 0 emails given, 100%, promo codes given out.
Yes, that's right. That's because I run a media company. I'm not a real estate agent. Amanda.
Let me just say this real quick before Amanda jumps in. I think it's really cool what Jeremy did. Jeremy. What am I saying?
Jimmy Mackin.
Yeah,
Wolverine.
that's what I thought. I just want to make sure, Mackin. I think it's really cool what he did too, because he took out the little piece where everyone feels a little cringe about being like, look how much money I sold or look how much commission I got, versus the look how many people we helped. And I think that took away the huge edge between like the cringeness. So I just think that was awesome what he did. Good call, Dan. So sorry about that, Amanda. Go ahead.
No, you're good. I love what Jimmy did. Honestly, in Delaware, I saw one person post about the ranking. All of the other agents who are actually ranked are not on social media. So I don't really feel cringe at all by seeing it because I don't see it. And it's crazy because a lot of the names that were on our list, I've never even heard of these agents. So it just, to me, it's like a social media ranking, even though I know it's much more serious than the other ones. But people don't really brag about it here at all. So, I mean, props to the people who get on that list. That's incredible. But I like what Jimmy did. If someone I knew was going to post about it, I think the advisor route is, like Dan said, less cringy and more like that first one, like how I sold, X amount of money with this strategy. I think is really great.
Yeah, I think that's the Jimmy route is definitely the way to go. Mm-hmm. But I agree with Dan McKinnon's initial point about how we should show the achievements like this. This is not a purchase thing from Home Snap that means absolutely nothing. It is another thing to post, which is good. Like, you should show your accolades. Like, I think Move Me to Tennessee in her bio has something that says, helped over 200 or 200 families move or 300 families move. Like, that provides so much more context to who you are as an agent with your experience and how much business that you've actually done.
You're also able to use it for, when you go on listing appointments, like we placed, and I just didn't want to Rick or just shotgun it. I wanted to actually prepare a nice post like Jimmy Mackin has here. And we're able to use that on listing appointments when we're talking to consumers. It's in our Zillow bio. I wouldn't put a broke agent award, Dan Oneil, most likely to black out at a Vegas conference.
we've literally done that before. That was the Broke Agent Awards 2021. Yeah. You know what I would do is maybe green screen your actual award or green screen your ranking and talk about what it took to get there. So instead of just posting the graphic, which is still a fine thing to do, I think you could green screen and say, hey, I was ranked 40th. Here's what it means. Here's what it's, taken. Here's how long I've been in the business. Here's how many families I've helped. So you could kind of knock out all of Jimmy's things in one video.
Agreed.
Love that.
I think it's the language we're using too in introducing an award like this as something like, look how many people we've helped versus money, because, our average house where we are is $550,000, and it's like you sell 6 homes and it's $3 million. consumers don't know. They're like, you sold 3 million, you must be so rich. You're like, well, let's pump the brakes here. And I don't think that they understand this. When you have $235 million as like a hoorah, showing that it's like clientele, I think even goes further. It's like, I showed 200 families, or I helped this or that. It's just a phenomenal thing. So it's just tweaking those small things that, you know, the consumers think that we're bad, or, you know, what we think as like a bad salesman thing. Just tweak those small language barriers, and I think that the consumers will relate a lot more with that social proof.
Yeah.
Exactly. So we are in on the Real Trends trend. Let us know in the comments. Do you like when agents post these rankings? Us four are all in agreement. We think it's good. You should. You should show what you're selling, right? I think we've kind of gone so far away from let me just produce content that's entertaining, that gets likes and follows, but occasionally you do have to show, here's what I'm selling. Here's, you know, what I've been doing for the last 5
Here's how I
6
make
years.
money.
So,
Here's what I do. Here's my
Yes.
job. Let me share with you what my job is, and showcasing also like what it takes, right? Like you see that 415 number, but then you also see the 3,000 showings, right? Or 3,000 open houses. That is, what's 3,000 times 2 hours? I don't know, 6,000. It's a lot of hours. I don't know. I don't know where I was going with that, but it's a lot of time.
good job.
Right?
Yes. What's eight?
No,
What's
I
8
agree
times
with
8?
you. It's showing the amount of time that it goes, because I think that people just see a transaction as like, oh, sold another house, but it's like if you actually saw the process, kind of like we saw a couple weeks ago on someone's social video showing from the start process to all the open houses to then the transaction. It's like if people saw that, they'd be like, oh, well, yeah, he deserves $12,000. Like I totally couldn't do that.
We are underpaid. We are underpaid here, my friend. Some people.
That's right. I had a template in Coffee and Contracts that's still there. That is amount of caffeine consumed, amount of wine bottles crushed,
Basil Hayden's.
amount of Basil Hayden's drink. You know, that's another one you could share. If you don't want to share how many houses you've sold, you could talk about how many illegal products you've consumed. So there we go. Dan Oneil.
Yes, sir.
Should we get into the final topic? I'm preparing for this.
Let's do it.
Destruction that you've been warning me about all morning. So
It is not. Listen, I will say I think this has been a split down the middle here episode. We'll allow the guests to score this here, and we should get into topic number 4. But before we do that, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, make sure you comment. And wow, this is a beautiful magazine right here. Before we get into topic number 4.
ooh, is there a nice magazine? Is that a reminder magazine?
It is.
You
I
have right
finally
there?
got mine in the
Oh
mail.
my God.
Whoa.
Oh yeah.
Let's see
Why don't you pull that thing up, huh? Let's take a look at it. Oh, it just disappeared off the table.
It dropped. It just fell right there.
It just fell right down. But what he's talking about, of course, is a Reminder magazine. And if you're an agent looking to stand out from the crowd, Reminder Media is a resource you have to check out. Dan's is sitting there right there in his hand right now. You get your own branded print and digital magazine, email newsletters, and social media content. Reminder delivers these resources to your clients on autopilot, keeping you top of mind with your database. All you got to do is focus on your follow-up calls and watch referrals and repeat business come in. Use the link below. We just did a webinar with Luke and Josh from Reminder Media on geographic farming yesterday. We had 1,000 signups. I think there was like 300 people on the actual live, but that guy, Luke, as you say, Dan, is a gem in terms of his knowledge. And their mailing campaign is fantastic. Like he's really a marketing evangelist, as he calls himself.
We jumped 10 spots in the Real Trends ranking just because we said that we had the Reminder Media magazine, because we told them that we were in BAMX. So
there we go. That's all you got to do. BAMX, Reminder Media, BAM Mania, October 18th. Get your tickets now, early bird. Have some Basil Hayden's. All right, the final topic here. We're going to combine 2 into 1 here, everybody. You could either say something that's working for you in real estate marketing, or we could show a video, the best of the week. So, Dan, who should we lead off with?
not me.
Okay. Amanda, what's the best thing you've seen this week in real estate marketing?
So for me, just like I mentioned earlier about the interacting with people on the streets, a wonderful realtor named Emily, who I've been following on TikTok for years, did a great interaction with people on the streets, like naming the list price of the home. She's so funny and she's really genuine. And I think this video shows like a little bit of her nervousness of talking to people, which I fully feel, but also is super entertaining just to see like normal people interact with her. So it's great.
I love Emily.
What up, Bulls? We are in downtown Greenville, North Carolina at 5 Points intersection, and we're going to play a quick game of List Prices Right for my newest listing at 212 Prince Road, and the winner gets a $100 gift card. 2,100 square feet, a little bit more. 3-bedroom, 2 bath, 2,100 square feet, a little bit more. You know where that is?
That's a Greenville, right?
Yeah, right there, right down the street off Greenville Boulevard.
Neighborhood.
Kinda. Hey, how are y'all? We are filming a video. You got a number in your head? Hey, really fast. You want to play a game?
Oh, no, I'm good.
You don't want to play a game? Okay, cool. This is so stressful. I need 2.5 Michelob Ultras before I do this. List price is right. 212 Prince Road, 2,150 square feet, 3-bedroom, 2-bath in Eastwood subdivision. What is your guess on asking price?
260.
What is your guess on asking price?
272.
What is your guess on asking price?
210.
What's your guess on asking price?
329.
Asking price is 270. So we got 260 right here. You were so
Hell
close.
yeah, brother.
You were so close. You guys just won $100. Thank you so much. Visit Meg's Boutique if you're in downtown Greenville.
So good. So good.
I love the Carolinas.
Her accent just makes it too. Like
Oh,
the
yeah.
accent is so cute. It's great. But
Yeah.
also, if I could have homes that were selling for $270,
Boy.
that would be great.
You know,
I
think
could-
it's such a cool mix between getting a little bit of feel of the neighborhood and the city there, because they're right in kind of that main street, and you're kind of getting that feeling, that atmosphere. And you could even see in the comments, someone goes, I don't live in North Carolina and I don't plan on going, but I'm so intrigued by knowing what's going on in your market.
Yeah.
Guys, that is what we're talking about. That is the type of marketing that is drawing people in that have no business even being involved with it, because they're attracted to the stories we're telling. And she does a really good job because, she plays off of her anxiousness, but also the actual storyline of getting the sale. So it was just awesome.
Textbook. I love
Textbook.
the little joke of the 2.5 Michelob Ultras that would put Eric on his ass. Greenville at 5 Points is an electric town, and I also love the fact that like those people were pretty close. Kind of shows you like they were, how educated they were.
Yeah, they know their market.
And I just love the South. Like, that guy's taking that $100 Visa gift card. He's going to 7-Eleven and he's grabbing himself 19 packs of PBRs and or Busch lattes. And I can say that because I went to school down there, and I love the Carolinas, and I can't wait to get back.
Awesome
I also
content,
like, the giveaway aspect too. If you're going to do man or woman on the street stuff, having a giveaway can really incentivize people for actually talking to you. So that's a
100%.
great tip by Emily. And if you have a listing, it's also bringing awareness to that listing. So great job by Emily. Emily is a former guest of the walkthrough too, Dan. Seeing that video reminded me, we got to get her on again.
I was
So
thinking the same thing.
shout out Emily. Throw this video like if you liked what Emily just did right there. I thought that was great. All right, Dan McKinnon.
All right, we got
What do
our
you got for us?
mutual friend move me to Tennessee, Marie. Let's check it out and we'll go up from there.
When I was in my early 20s, I assumed I wouldn't be able to buy a home. Nobody told me I couldn't do it. It was just one of those things that I assumed. It wasn't until I became a real estate agent and learned the process until I realized I was qualified to buy a home a lot sooner than I gave myself credit for. Buying a home just seemed so far away because all of the homeowners I knew were at least 40 or 50. But if I would have been exposed to younger homeowners and I knew more about the process, I would have cut years off of my wait time. So if you're looking to learn a little more about the process of buying a home from younger homeowners, then I would love to invite you to our virtual home buying masterclass. So if you're looking for a casual and relaxed way to just simply learn, then comment masterclass below to join.
So, yeah, I love this one, and it caught my eye because it was something different than everything else that's going on. We're seeing a lot of the same stuff right now. I don't know if people are getting burnt out. They're out of ideas. It's just summer mood is hitting everybody. But we're seeing a lot of the same stuff. And this was just something that stopped me right away because it was her hook right away. And there was two pieces of it. It was the piece where it was the visual and you're seeing the text on the screen, and then her immediate audio hook that also shows up on the captions as well. And the thing that she did there that was really awesome was it was the story she was telling. She opened herself up. Instead of coming in to say, this is what you should do, here's 5 facts, here's tips you should do, she goes, I didn't think I could do this. And then someone told me that. So immediately, as the viewer, we toned down our judgment zone on things. We're like, oh wow, they're struggling. We wanna find out how they got through the struggle. And I just think that it's really an insight into storytelling and into how to bring our audience, like we were talking before, onto that next level. Because what she's trying to do here was not only tell the story of first-time home ownership, but also get people into that masterclass, which a buyer's class, if you think about it, is very hard to do because it's always hard to get the people into it. But once you get them in there, holy crap, it's like that relationship's already bonded. So I just love the hook and the beginning, the audio, the storytelling, because it's doing something that she could have done that a million different ways, but the first thing she did was almost like, hey, I didn't know this. It's something you probably didn't know, and we're all wrong. Such an awesome way to bring people in.
You know what's really interesting too is we have Miss Marie Lee on the show all the time. She was a former mascot, so being a former mascot is like it's you're emotionless, right, with your face or your voice. Like you have to be very animated. The way that she articulated that story is something that I will never be able to do because my skin is crawling constantly. And I can't just slow down and talk like this, which is really the best way that you should be public speaking, because when I whisper, it brings you back in. And then when I start yelling like this, right, there you go. And she did an amazing job of that. And I also love that her husband, who is apparently like the number one ranked pickleball player on planet Earth, I knew that from her Instagram stories. I love how he participated in it. I love the aesthetic of it. And you know what? She's selling real estate. She's not making that video to make Eric laugh or me or Amanda or Dan. She's there to make money. 10 out of 10.
10
She's
out of
just
10.
so
Move me to
relatable.
Tennessee.
So relatable.
She is. She really is. Everyone follow Move Me to Tennessee, friend of the show. Great
Eric,
video,
what do you
Dan.
have today, bro?
All right, I got a surprise for you, Dan. Actually, not really. This is a master class, if you will, a master class from Jason Cassidy on the Would You Rather reels.
So you didn't do the one where he said that I was a top 3 follow on Instagram?
No, that was forced.
I did see that one.
Yeah, you paid him to that. You didn't pay him to Real Trends, but you paid Cassidy to post
I
that
paid
video.
Real Trends too.
All right, let's see this hacks Would You Rather video.
Let's play a little game of Would You Rather. If I gave you $1 million and you had to buy a condo in downtown or a house in the suburbs, what would you choose? Let's take a look at the pros and cons. Living downtown means you get the lifestyle and it's cool. Living in the suburbs means you get more space and a little bit more value for your money. There's actually 2 properties on the market right now. We'll start with downtown. 1080 Park is at the Smart Corner building. It's listed for $1,025,000. It's actually a penthouse level unit. It's about 1,500 square feet, and it has these expansive views of downtown San Diego. You've got a rooftop hot tub, you've got a fitness center, and basically 100% walk score. You can get to anywhere in downtown San Diego within a matter of minutes. Out in Del Cerro at 6948 Eroso, there's a 3-bed, 2-bath, 1,600 square foot house with a big yard listed for $1,049,000. So you get a little bit more space, you get a garage, and you get a big yard versus the downtown place that just gets the views and the walkability. So $1 million in your pocket, would you rather? Are you picking downtown or are you going to the suburbs?
Yeah.
So just great hook, whiteboard, engaging, tons of B-roll, cuts, audio hooks, text hooks, visual hooks, a great would you rather hook as the question, comparing the 2 types of homes, letting you know what homes are currently on the market in San Diego, the knowledge that he has of those areas. Just such an engaging video that you're going to watch to the end. And he's talking about a specific price point. So you're calling out the buyer avatar that you want. Here's what you could get for $1 million in these 2 different locations.
100% walk score. It's cool or value, right? Like that was Cassidy's in one.
There was such a great comparison to see the two too, because for me that lives on the other side of the country, to see what $1 million could get me was perfect. So if I was, searching to move out to that city, that would be the perfect video for me to follow on. So I'm sure he does, but anything like this, if you have a YouTube account, put it on the shorts, because people are gonna search on there for San Diego. And as much as we all love Instagram is trash in terms of looking up things later on. So this is an awesome video, and I'm hoping that lands. So someday someone puts in, looking to move to San Diego, because that was an awesome representation of city living versus, having the yard and garage.
Yeah.
What does $1 million get you in San Diego as the title for that short would absolutely crush.
Masterclass.
Masterclass by Cassidy.
Great job,
Cassidy. That might be better than the sushi video.
I think it is. I don't know if it's because I've seen the sushi video 1,005 times, but Cassidy is in one.
He's in one right now for sure.
All right. Well,
All right, Dan, what do you got for us this week? What's either working for you or what's the
Yeah,
best
so
thing
a lot's
you've
working
seen?
here, but I'm actually going to pivot this week because I can do that and because I've sandbagged the show. So before I get into this new segment that we are going to launch, that Eric has no idea, no one on the show does, please make sure you let everyone know what you think of the episode. Continue to subscribe. And so we're going to do a little segment here that I wanted to throw in called Trends That Need to End. Trends that need to end. And by golly, there are
Uh-oh.
quite a few, but I will bring up Exhibit A here of an Instagram story that one of us have posted in this for people here. If Haley, if you don't mind putting this up here, this is
Oh no.
trends that need to end here. Haley, there we go. If you're not watching here, this is Eric's Instagram story from 6 hours ago. It says, "Everyone tap in. Everyone tap in. Let's see you as a kid." Eric posted the Grinch as a baby and he photoshopped the broke agent hat and an emoji of a house.
It's a nice hat.
And this kid calls me as giddy as I've ever heard him in my life and tells me how this Instagram story has gotten 8,000 likes, shares, comments, and DMs. This trend of everyone tap in, you used to get bullied for saying things like that and when you were younger in a polite way, right? However, Eric,
in a polite
way. But everyone tap in. How about everyone, this trend needs to end. That's number one. The second one, and I'll let you guys.
Wait. Let me retaliate for a second here. First off, this was my most viewed Instagram story probably in the last 3
What does that
months.
tell you about our
used a
industry?
template.
Like that's
It tells you sometimes they don't want pull that back up, Haley. Sometimes it tells you that they don't want the usual stuff, right? They want something a little personality here. So yes, it is the baby Grinch wearing a broke agent hat, and everyone tap in is not something I would say, of course. That was the template. This is an add yours template. If you've seen these to Instagram, you should try these because it'll increase your story views exponentially, Dan. Maybe you should try it. I did not say everyone tap in. I also think that's a cringe thing to say, but the cringe led to the Grinch, which led to 50,000 views on my story, which led to more DMs and more conversions and more people going to Bam Mania on October 18th. So you can go screw yourself.
Okay. Hey,
with
fair,
that trend.
fair enough. You came back here. I
What's
loved
next?
that.
What's next? That was your big secret is the Grinch baby.
Would you think if I was Harry Houdini, do I give my best trick first? No, I give it number second. So here is where I saw you in half, brother man. Haley, could you please pull up number 2 here and play this?
Oh, come on. This is.
Did you like your breakfast?
That is not a trend that needs to end. That is one of the funniest videos that I've ever seen. And I love the fact that Eric is showing his personality. 10 out of 10. Make this kid do
great.
more of that because he is so funny and genuinely funny. And real estate aside, 10 out of 10. Eric, you need to show more of your personality. That was not a chirp. That was so good.
Well, thank you. That's called the turret, actually, when you make that noise. And I actually plan on doing this a little bit more frequently. Don't tell Byron. I'm going to be doing a turret a day. A turret a day keeps the doctor away, they say, Dan. So when I'm in Italy next week, guess what? I'm going to be turreting at the Coliseum. Yeah, exactly. And I like the idea of my wife, Ann, coming in and saying, "Hey, Eric, do you like your pasta?" And then I just, do a little turret. I think it has virality. Amanda, you seemed a little confused by that video.
I've never seen that. Is this a trend?
No, Eric is starting a trend. I wanted to sandbag Eric. Like I wanted to break him down like he was, in a fraternity to build him back up and get him all nervous. And you see how red his face was?
Yeah.
I like that.
Right? But now he's maybe going to feel good about, right? All these, the turret.
Oh, thank you.
And he's going to show more of his personality. That's what friends do here.
Is that the pre-2025 planking?
Yes, that's exactly what it is. I am the first one to start this trend. It is called the human turret. Everybody will be doing this in a couple months. But here's the thing. I started a new TikTok account where I'm going to be doing non-real estate stuff because I got so much more than, Instagram trends, right? I've kind of pigeonholed myself here. I think I've said everything I got to say. I think it's time to move outside comedically and do some shit that I actually enjoy doing.
Wait for the first stand-up. Now, Haley, on the backside, I do have one bonus thing going on today. One bonus tip I want to bring into the end of the episode to one-up my buddy Dan, to one-up him on everything he does. So
Okay.
I wanted to bring up this video because it's not something that I didn't see recently. It's something that I've been trying to tackle onto, and there's so many people, and I'm sure people on the show or other people that are doing production or video stuff for social media, we always get this question on how did you do that stuff? How do you make this on what app do you use? What gear do you use? And I think it's essential for a lot of realtors that are looking to do more content on social media to find other creators outside of our industry. So finding people that are doing it professionally, find other videographers, other producers or production companies, other advertising or marketing agencies that are showing this stuff, because they're doing the same edutainment and educator series as we're doing, except for they're doing it about shooting videos, taking pictures, working with sound design, putting post-production or putting the videos together in different apps. And so I think that let's check out this video, but this is just one example of an account to show you how to use speed ramping.
I heard a dog with a collar, she got her nails always polished. She want a break, then I drop it. She want a friend, then I'm on it. Movie watching with popcorn, butter topping. I'll do anything for you. Hey, I heard a dog with a collar, she got her nails always polished. She want a break, then I drop it. She want a friend, then I'm on it. Movie watching with popcorn, butter topping. I'll do anything for you.
So the cool thing about this is it shows you a couple different sequences, but the first cool thing is it's going to show you a couple simple shots and putting speed ramps on that are built in apps like CapCut. So go find yourself 4, 5, 6 different accounts like this that are teaching people how to put videos together. There's plenty out there on Instagram, on TikTok, but make sure that if you're looking to level up in your social media, doing video, if you're listening and putting all this tactical stuff to work, make sure you're understanding if you don't have a professional videographer to put that into play.
Dan, that is a fantastic tip. Can I come over the top of you for one more final tip too that piggybacks off of? It's not going to one up you. It's just coming over the top slightly. I'm piggybacking. Give me a little alley-oop here. All right, so those are great accounts to follow that could help you with video. These are like everyone asks, like, how are you staying up to date on the algorithm on these social media trends? I'm just going to give you 5 resources right now to stay up to date on what's going on social media. Brock 11 Johnson, the Instagram coach who we talk about every single day. He's great for Instagram strategy tips. Don't laugh, Dan. We got Jason Pantana, Tom Ferry coach, anything AI, Google business, anything marketing really with Jason Pantana. We got Julia Broom, who Lindsay Joe introduced us to, who was talking to us about SEO captions. We got Luke Acree from Reminder Media. And of course, Social Media Today is where we get a lot of these blogs. And of course, BAM is a great resource too. So those are 5 resources right there that could help you stay up to date. But really the best way to stay up to date, watch the walkthrough every week, every Thursday. Watch the walkthrough. Go follow Amanda Bradford at the Amanda Bradford. Let's get her to 10,000 so she can start a broadcast channel. Amanda, I have the idea for you right now.
Okay, I'm
broadcast
ready.
channel, and it's you just singing once a week. It's you doing an audio message once a week.
That's so vulnerable, Eric.
Just 20 seconds.
So
100% people would
Eric
tap
does
into that.
in his, and he sings like Sean Paul.
That's what I do in mine.
Just give me the light and
Exactly.
go.
But Amanda actually has the best voice in the industry. So everybody go follow at the Amanda Bradford. She's going to be singing to us on a daily basis.
All right, I can do that. All
right,
I like that.
Fantastic. Go follow Dan McKinnon. Dan, your handle again? I know
Dan
it's
the Realtor.
At Dan the Realtor, Dan Oneil, _ Dan Oneil. And thank you, everybody, for tuning into the walkthrough. Make sure you like this video if you got any value. Subscribe to the channel, and we will see you October 18th at BAM Mania, the best real estate conference in the history of the world.